Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome to our house. Me and my mom are cooking something very unusual, something very delicious. If you like pate, pashtet in Ukrainian or Russian, this is the video for you. This is an old Jewish recipe, and we come from Western Ukraine where there are a lot of Jews. There's a huge settlement of them was there. And we commingle, our culture is very commingled, so a lot of recipes mix and combine different cultures, Polish, German, Austrian, and Jewish. So this recipe is of the liver pate. It is to die for. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to France many times. I've tried a lot of their different pates and terrines. This is probably hands down the best recipe ever. What you need is 5 ingredients. You need equal parts of pork, and we're using pork loin. And it's already
Jewish.
Okay, so in the, you would probably need a fatty veal. Jews don't eat pork. We are using pork. We're using pork in our recipe. Mom cooked pork loin. She boiled it with a little onion for probably close to an hour and a half to 2 to cook it, and it's cooled down. Then you need liver, and there's chicken liver, there's veal liver, there is beef liver. I recommend veal liver is the best if you can find it. If not, go with chicken. But beef liver is a little bit, it's a little old, so I wouldn't use that. And you cook it again in cold water. The water comes to boil. You put the livers in, cook them for half an hour, shut it down, pull them out. This is cool. And the third part, so everything comes in sort of equal parts, and you can make as little or as much as you want. Clearly, we're making a lot for Easter, and we make the pate, and it's going to go to 4 different families, so 4 or 5 different families. So we'll share. Don't be alarmed that we cook so much. And then the last bit here you see is stewed onions. Basically, cut up some onions, stir them on the skillet, and a couple of carrots. And you don't need to go fine with them. These are big hunks because they will be going through the grinder. Everything goes through the grinder. So all you need to do is cook them out. So you steep them, sweat them until they become, juicy and cooked. And they will give the sweetness and the moisture to these meats when they're all married together. We need some nutmeg, we need salt, we need pepper, and this is it. And now I'm going to show you how to put this all together. Stick around with us, and please do subscribe for the channel, because I frequently put all sorts of different recipes from the good old world, so be in the know. Subscribe. These are the onions, and you see they're just sweated onions with a lot of olive oil, clearly, and there's a ton of juice from them. This is pork in our case, just pork loins. Mom cut them in chunks so we can put them through the processor, which will do all the work for us. And this is liver. It's also cut into hunks. And I'm gonna turn the machine on, and I'm gonna grind them, and then I'll season and I'll show you how to wrap it up. This pork, it's gone through the grinder. The machine does the magic for me. Then I'm gonna do the liver, and then I'm gonna do the onions, and then mix it all together. Okay, so you see everything went through the grinder. Thank God for these grinder machines. Liver's here. I have pork underneath. I have onions and carrots on top. This you cannot skip. This is wonderful. This is what makes it. I'm gonna salt it, pepper it, and put some nutmeg to it, and mix it well. Okay. All right, my dear friend. Let's pepper it really good. Salt it I'm not going to give you precision here. Culinary art is an art form, so you have to use your taste buds. Everything is cooked, so you can taste it. And season it to your liking. Shoma. Okay, this is a big portion, so don't follow my lead here. I have a large quantity to season. Mix and taste, mix and taste. Nutmeg. So for this size, I'm going to use half of it. So liver does like nutmeg. It's one of the few dishes where nutmeg is indispensable. And I will use all of it. This is the reason I'm using a lot of it is because of the quantity. Mama's explaining why we make so much, because we give it to other people in our family and not only. You know, when I became a vegan, these are the dishes that I sort of still miss, but I'm not craving it. Took a couple of years, so it goes away. But I still honor the tradition, and my children, one of my children is still eating meat, and she loves little pate. I'm not going to force anybody to like what I like. So this is a wonderful recipe. I can attest to it. You can do as little as much as you like. Okay, quite a bit of nutmeg. I would not use the ground ready-made one. I would put a little bit. As far as the seasoning and aromatics, this is it. This is not any fancy, spices and herbs. There's not much. It's fairly simple, and simplicity sometimes is the best. So I'm going to mix this up, and I'll show you how I roll it into the pate rolls. So I used my hands, I mixed it up really good. This is the consistency. Don't be afraid to get dirty. If you need to season it up a little bit more, please do. If you feel like it needs a little bit soft butter, because you maybe didn't put enough onion to soften it up, you can soften the butter and mix it in. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to form a log. And then we wrap it up. We cool it in the fridge. And then you slice it and put it on a sandwich. I'll show you. So it's like meatball. It basically. Все. Еще раз завернуть. That's it. And I'm going to form a bunch of these logs, and I'm going to put them in the fridge. They don't have to get hardened. They just become a little married together. saying if it feels a little dry, add butter. Just soften it up and mix it all in. You can spread a little butter on a piece of bread and then put pate on top. If that's your preference, that's how we used to eat it. And it should last you in the fridge. I wouldn't freeze this. Mama, ти б морозила?
Ні.
I wouldn't freeze it either, Mom,
Розсипається.
because it will crack a lot. And try to eat it within a week. Модель я поки ще заверну, тому що це все дальше. Да, я поставлю себе вот эту, и я встаю по-другому. Okay, I'll show you how it looks when it's cold and a piece of bread, 1 cup. Okay.
Oscar,
My husband is tasting the
taste
pasta.
good.
It's delicious. It's awesome. I'll show you also how we make a basket. There is a lot that goes into the basket, and today we're going to take them to church for blessing, just one, and it is delicious.